Yo guys, Chris Warren here. Welcome back to the channel. I got some thoughts on Blackmagic's new cameras. Let's check it out. Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, my name is Chris Warren and I'm a Los Angeles-based director of photography. In this video, I'm going to cover my thoughts on Blackmagic's new cameras, the URSA CINE and the PYXIS, I think that's how you say it, their new box camera. So I took a trip to NAB this year and I got to see these cameras in person. So first I'll talk about the URSA CINE, the big bad boy, their $15,000 plus camera18depending on what accessories you get, right? It's a beast of a camera, guys. I mean, we're talking 12K full frame sensor, 9K Super 35, 8K and 4K in full frame. You know, I'm not gonna get into all the specs. You can go to the website and check it out. It is a cool form factor, and I like the redesign of the EVF. Personally, I've already modded my EVF, so I'm okay. I'm kind of bummed that their EVF has a USB-C cable coming out of it to where it's not modular. You can't put that on another camera. So it's kind of limiting that it's to their cameras. Right now it's going to be the URSA CINE and the PYXIS camera that takes it. The camera felt great. I didn't get to actually pick it up or anything. I just got to play with it on a stand at the booth. Yeah, there's some really cool things about it. There's USB-C ports. I think there's 6 of them on that camera. You know, the one in the front for the EVF, there's a couple on top, there's one on the back, there's a couple on the other side. You know, a lot of people don't talk about that, but think of all the accessories nowadays that are powered by USB-C. Smaller wirelesses or follow focuses. Wirelesses, I mean video transmitters. Or just powering, you know, who knows what. But there's just other power options on there now. I would prefer that those ports would have been, 2 or 3 pin LEMO ports. But it's a step up in the right direction, right? As for the screen on the side, the AC side, I like it. I feel like it can get cracked or damaged at some point. I know there is that sunshade that will be a protective cover when it's not in use, but still, it's too risky for me. The button redesigns are great. You know, you can actually feel when you're pressing them and they light up. That's really cool. The power button's really great. One other really cool thing that I noticed about the camera is that it has electronic NDs now. So there's a plus and minus on the operator side of the body for your NDs. There's no longer that dial. So, hypothetically, down the line, if anything was released or a software update or something to where you can control the camera remotely, look at it now. You can now change your NDs remotely, right? You don't have to get up and change the dial anymore like the old URSA Pros. So who knows what could happen there, but that's really cool. Another new thing is the AC software that's in it for assistant cameras, first ACs. Now, here's the thing. You know, if you're familiar with the Blackmagic OS, their cinematographer and director. Now they have first AC. And what that does is that if you have the electronic lenses as demonstrated in their launch video, you know, you have the focus distance when you pull the barrel of the lens. You have the zoom information, granted if it is a smart lens. And those overlays, you know, that Grant showed in the launch video, they can be turned on and off. You can adjust them, and you know, they can be sent over a wireless, sent over an SDI, and as a focus puller, you can have that sent on your monitor. I'm wondering about that, right? Because that's what the rep and I were talking about, is you could have it sent out of one SDI port on the back, which, by the way, if you're familiar with any of the URSA Mini Pro lines or even the URSA Minis, where they had on the back of the body, they had the SDI out, then they had the SDI in, and then the time code. Well, now it's only 2 SDI outs. which is great. I like that. But you still lose the one in the front that was meant for the EVF. So you still only have 2. But, you know, my thing is, they're all like, yeah, you can send these overlays out for an AC. And I'm like, okay, so then I need 2 wireless units on this camera? Because, you know, if I'm sending out of SDI 1 and that feed is going to, let's say, Village, right, the director, then it's, you know, that's got to go to the director and the DIT, scripty, whatever. But then the SDI2, is that another wireless unit, so I send specifically to my AC that can have those overlays? I don't know, it just seems, it's good in theory, but I need to see it in practice, because I'm not sure how that's going to work. Same with the screen on the side of the body. I don't want, you know, most ACs, they're not near me or near an operator. They're, especially when it's bright and sunny out, they're in their own little tent. They're at their monitor that they know and trust, and they're pulling there. Maybe you get the old school kind of ACs that are next to the camera, and they can do that if for some reason, you know, there's no wireless and they just gotta go. That's great. You got that monitor on the side and they can pull there. But other than that, that screen, like I said, it's cool. It's got some cool stuff, but I still think I think some work needs to be done. The other big thing, which again is cool, but also a little reddish, is the proprietary media. It's cool, you know, like I like that it comes with the camera and it's a, you know, 8 terabyte thing, but you still, you know, the card reader is a 3-dock thing and it's $2,000. As a freelance DP here in LA, I don't know who this camera is for. Like, it's cheap enough for an owner operator, and then, you know, you gotta, if you're getting the EVF with it, that's $16,500, and you buy the $2,000 card reader with taxes and stuff like that, you're dropping 20 grand, which is great. It's still like 10,000 less than like a Burano and other stuff, but I don't see myself using this camera in solo shooter situations, which a lot of the times, I wouldn't say a lot, I would say about maybe 40% of my work is solo shooter, corporate kind of stuff. You know, maybe I'll have a small crew. I don't know, there's a lot of things with that camera still that I'm just curious about. There's still the open vents on the top and the bottom. Also, another thing is that the battery plate, it's a B mount battery. So this camera is power hungry. You're gonna need those 240 watt batteries, or you're gonna need a shark fin and 2 150s to power this thing. So think of that. You know, again, owner operators, batteries. I'm gonna have a video talking about batteries dropping soon, but yeah, it's, think of that, think of the power. These are just, you know, basic day-to-day operational things. Image aside, right? I saw the test footage. I'm sure the product launch footage, and if you haven't seen it, definitely go to Blackmagic's site and see it now. Shot by DP John Brawley. It is gorgeous. That sensor is gorgeous, and it's a game changer for sure. Along with their 17K sensor that they're going to be releasing later this year, they are definitely changing the game. For me, I think this camera is going to be a rental only camera, just because, you know, the power consumption of it, the size of it. Yes, I can work with it by myself if I was to shoot something, but it's just, it's kind of designed to be used with a crew, which is great. They need that kind of camera, just like an Alexa, the Alexa Classic, right? But yeah, I'm curious when they start popping up here in LA. I may just rent one on ShareGrid or go to a rental house and you know, rent one for a day and take it out. Moving on to the PYXIS camera, the box camera that everybody wanted, except for me. I don't know. I don't really like box cameras. I didn't mind the pocket form factor overall. Maybe this will change my mind. I myself, I like the PYXIS, you know, the L mount full frame. I want the full frame sensor of the 6K full frame. I may wait down the line for like a G2. Will there be internal NDs? I don't think so, just because of the distance with the sensor and the flange and all that kind of stuff. That it's a little technical beyond me, but I don't think there's room to put NDs in, or else they would have, right? Because they already had the pro versions of the 6K, so they already know people like that. So why didn't they put it in the L mount? No room. What else with the PYXIS? You know, I really liked it. It's about the size of my fist. The box, you know, maybe a little bit bigger, a little bit wider, but it was small and it's cool. You know, we got the SDI out, we got timecode out. I like the interchangeable side plates. I like that it can take the EVF. The screen on the side doesn't bother me. I am in love with Blackmagic's OS, and there's also some hard buttons under that screen. So yeah, I think it's a badass camera. Would I get one? Yes. When will I get it? I'm not sure. Maybe in a year or two. I still got a lot on my plate this year that I'm going to be shooting. Got a project coming up, shooting on the Red Komodo. Got another project coming up where we're shooting on some FX6s. I have another project where, you know, busting out the Blackmagics. So I really have to see where my shoots are going to be taking me, to where, you know, if investing in a PYXIS is going to be worth it right yet. But just to wrap up this video, both cameras are cool. They are changing the game. Are they the perfect camera? No. Is there a perfect camera? Of course. I'm not going to reveal which one. Leave that. Guess which one is the perfect camera in the comments below. Until then, guys, peace.